Okay, ladies, so thank you for being on my channel today. Could you tell me your names and where you're from?
Okay. My name is Sophie. I'm from France.
Luan, and I'm also from France.
Lovely. And what made you come to Japan of all the countries that you could have traveled to?
It was me who suggested the idea because I speak a little bit of Japanese. I studied in high school, and I really like the culture and the country, the dishes, and I really want to travel to Japan. It's been 3 years since I told my father that I really want to go, and because it's my last day of high school, he say, okay, fine, it's the last year that we can go together, so why not?
Wow.
And we wanted to follow her because as we know that she loves Japan, we thought that she could be a good guide for us to discover this country.
Lovely, good. What is it about the Japanese culture that first attracted you to Japan, or anything that you found very different to French culture?
The streets are very clean, and even if you go to some fast food like McDonald's, everyone is very quiet, and the toilet is very clean. People respect a lot the street and everything in general. And in France it's really different because if you go to the street you can go barefoot because it's very dirty, and people are not very always kind to you. Also in Japan you don't see a lot of like crazy people who...
We don't feel in insecurity in Japan. We feel safe even by night. As we're walking as girls, we don't have people who are looking at us or being impolite. Here we feel very safe and quiet. And also I wanted to visit Japan to see also the culture and also the nature. Here we are in Tokyo, the big city, but in a few days we're going to Hakone, and I think it's more quiet with nature, lake and view on the Mount Fuji, and we wanted to show that too.
Yeah.
And after we're going to Kyoto, and it's also a different way to see Japan, and to Okinawa, as we can see different places to have really an idea about Japan, seeing different kind of nature, vegetation, civilization.
Totally. Can I come with you? Because you've just mentioned like three of my favorite places.
Place in our luggage, we don't know.
And I convinced them to come to Okinawa on the island because the flight was not really expensive.
It was not expensive to go there, so we say, yeah, why not? And when we saw the photo or on internet, we say, oh, it seems to be very lovely, and so we wanted to go there.
Okay, yeah, it's so beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good. In terms of food, have you tried anything different or something really delicious and special that you've experienced here?
Oh yes, we went in the 1 stars Michelin stars. Yes, in Akasaka, and the chef prepared in front of us fish in different way to prepare it, and it was very delicious.
Wow.
The Japanese sake too. Me and my husband tasted. It was delicious, and it was very. The thing different in France that nobody was talking. It was very quiet. We respect that, so we didn't talk a lot, but it was a little strange, that thing.
But in general, I have tasted a lot of Japanese food in France because French people love the Japanese culture, and we have a lot of little restaurants in France who sell Japanese food. I already tasted ramen, takoyaki, but it's way better here than in France.
Yeah, the pasta and the ramen are very delicious. The soup with taste very raffinate. Don't know how to say it in English, but very. We can't find that in France.
It's funny because here, if you go out for a French meal, it's seen as top quality thing, whereas in my country, in the UK, Japanese food is kind of like the haute cuisine kind of thing, like the delicious thing. So how do you French food?
In France, we don't have the same flavor, the lemon taste or that kind of thing, ginger and everything.
It's also healthier here in Japan than in France because we have a lot of food with oil, butter, and here most of the food are only with water or some herb. But but it's more light. It's lighter. When you have a meal in Japan, it's more refreshing, and also it's way cheaper.
Really? That's in France.
Yes. In France, if you want to go to a restaurant and have a good meal, you have to at least spend 25 euros. But here you can eat ramen for 6 euros, and it's really, really cheap. You can't find it in France.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Any other points about culture shocks or amazing experiences whilst in Japan?
Yeah. Maybe it's only my point of view, but Japanese people seem less flexible than in France. They have to follow the rule and they can make exception. Also, they're really polite, but you can really create bonds with Japanese people. You feel a kind of like wall between people.
It's a paradox. That means that we feel comfortable with the polite way of life, the security in the street, but also we wanted to see more smile and laugh. It's just what we saw till now. We don't know all the Japanese people, but they don't really seems to show their emotion in the street like that. In France, we are more open on that side, and the amazing thing we saw, it's a team lab.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say it because it's a place wonderful to see, and as the Japanese rules are very strict, so we can really enjoy the place with all the colors, the sensation. It's water things and garden things, and it's amazing to go. I think it's a place to visit. It's yes.
Yeah.
I can also add that in here, like figurine from anime are way cheaper than in France.
Okay.
You can buy a figurine for like 10 euros, but in France it's like 60 euros, 70. It's way cheaper, and I bought like a whole box of thing for my friends because in France it's like a special occasion when you bought a figurine, but here it's like I can buy whenever I want because it's cheaper.
Nice.
And I just wanted to say something about Japanese girls. I think they are very elegant. I saw there on the street they are very thin and with beautiful clothes and hair and the face they are very elegant. And the umbrella they have this beautiful umbrella, and when I saw there with the umbrella I wanted to be like me. I want one to be like a Japanese girl. And yes, it's nice to see even the boys, they are good clothes and everything, and maybe not everywhere, but the one we saw was
and they don't smell. Like when you go to the street or in the tube. Yeah, on the tube, it's clean. People don't smell.
Yes.
And one thing, it's all in the shop. It's really
conditioner,
cold.
Conditioner.
Hair conditioner. Like we are on the street, but you can send the air conditioner from the shop around.
Something amazing about Japan, the toilets. Yes. In France, we don't have that. First, it's very clean everywhere. The body cleaner for the toilets, it's just very good. It's an experience to have. I wish we could have this in France.
I know. Good. All right, there's so much information there. Thank you so much. Sounds like you're having a great time. And enjoy your umbrella.
Thank you. Thank you.